Hey there, Retromaniacs. EP here. I got another episode of Extra Innings. I'm going to do something I've done before, which is talk to you guys about some cards I'm going to get graded. They're running a special right now, $14 for non-sports cards, $14 per card for 20 cards or more. And I've got more than enough for a full order. I'm not sure if Mike's going to put any in or whatever, but I've had good fortune grading with him and then also talking to you guys about it before submitting them. So I figured I might as well do it again. I'm about ready to run these down to Mike, but I figured I'd do this quick video and talk a little bit about the process for it. Again, non-sports, this is TCG, so Pokemon cards, Magic cards, and non-sports, so like Star Wars and Marvel and that sort of stuff. So all this is Disney cards, anything like that in between that is not a sports card. So yeah, I just wanted to go over it quickly. I opened a handful of boxes. This is going to be a spoiler for some people for those boxes. I think they're probably a little bit of a different audience maybe, but so I opened a whole box of McFarlane era Spider-Man, and I don't know if it's going to show up, but all these cards, I would say a lot of these cards had a ding. Let me see if I can see it off camera. Okay, yeah, there's a ding right. I don't know if you can see it right there. See that ding right at the edge of the light? So there's a lot of those on these cards, and some of them just have weird little dings across the bottom or across the top, and so they all were not not ones that I'm going to send in because they're not going to grade well. So yeah, so just a handful of those cards from the McFarlane era, and there's a bunch of the McFarlane era cards that are in the Spider-Man set registry. So getting them graded and getting a high grade, people are looking for those to either upgrade their registries and or complete their registries. So it would have been cool to get a couple, but there were so many flaws in so many of them. You can see it now. So on Spider-Man's leg on this one, okay, there you go, see it there. So yeah, just a handful of those dings, and they're paper thin cards, so you're gonna get that. So anyhow, let's do that. I don't think any of the checklists have been graded at 10, and there's only been one total graded or something like that. But they're all pretty rough. They have the little I forget what they're called. See that little speck? This little speck right up here, on the top border. They have a lot of that, and a lot of off-centering and that sort of stuff. And these were also ones that were part of the cut process. Again, like I pull a bunch aside, look over them, and then look over them again. And so for whatever reason, these were other ones that I put aside. There's another Spider-Man checklist, and there's one of the etch foil cards from Star Wars. Neither of those etch foil cards that I pulled were worth pulling. There's a couple prisms, and then a few more of these 1992 Marvel. The entire 1992 Marvel Universe set is there's a set registry for the entire set, so that one you have a little more leeway as far as being able to sell the cards. So this was another round of cuts. These were obviously these are in semi-rigids. They're in not quite card savers. They're elites, but I think it's some card saver in the back there. But anyhow, these were right at the edge, and I decided at the last moment to pull them for any number of reasons. I can't remember exactly why I pulled that one. These Doctor Doom and Spider-Man ones, I really wanted to have one of these to send in, but I think several of them, they're just a little too far off center to send in. So, and then this one is a part of the Spider-Man set registry, and I just there's some whiting on the back, maybe the bottom edge. But there was a handful of things that I was like, maybe if I end up getting enough for another order or something like that, and I want to take a chance on a couple, I'll do that. That said, there are a couple in here that I know they're probably going to be 9 to 9.5 as opposed to 9.5 to 10, and I'm pretty much trying to get all 9.5s and 9.5 to 10. I realize PSA doesn't have a 9.5, but when a grader sees a 9.5, they have to decide is this a 9 or a 10, and that's kind of where I'm at. If I have a lot of cards where they're making that decision. And I would like to think, sorry, I would like to think that, and not knock on wood, that I've had some pretty good fortune, and I feel like I might have a pretty good eye for looking at graded cards. So I feel like I have a pretty good chance of getting a few 10s out of this group. So first off, I got two of these two of these Boba Fett's. Boba Fett is the only Star Wars character with a set registry, a famous figures set registry, which I was shocked by. I thought, like, no Darth Vader, no Princess Leia, no Luke Skywalker, and no Han Solo. Just kind of crazy. No Yoda. I think it's probably a segment that'll probably grow eventually. I'm just completely shocked that there's no Darth Vader. Like, Darth Vader's the one that I thought, oh, but there's definitely going to be a Darth Vader. Nope, Boba Fett is the only one. So from this set, this is the only card that fits the Boba Fett registry. So I pulled this aside. I believe that, I'm trying to remember if that set has a registry. I think it does, the 93 Star Wars Galaxy. And so I might have to go through those more, maybe for a future order or whatever. But these were definitely, these are close to making it. You can see a little bit of white on this one corner down here. And the centering on these, I'm not 100% sure. There's the only thing you can really go by are these logos on the back. There's nothing on this side to really go by. And so both of these with my centering tool, they are both a little bit off from each other. So I feel like one of them is a 10, one of them is probably a 9. So we'll see what happens there. This is from my 1992 Marvel Masterpieces boxed, like the tin set. Very, very cool. Thanos versus Silver Surfer. Spectra Battle. I think Battle Edge. Spectra Battle. But anyhow, there's a little bit of, you probably won't even be able to see it. There's some paper loss in the back. You can see some foil showing through on here. Very, very slight, but I feel like they're going to definitely ding that pretty hard. Other than that, I thought this card was actually pretty good compared to a lot of the paper loss and a lot of the other cards from that set. So I gave it a shot. I got a 9 on the Deathbird, I think it was. So see if I can get another 9 on that. That'd be pretty cool. Got 2 Pokemon cards. These are from, I think, Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. And this is a Rainbow Secret Rainbow Lapras VMAX, and then the illustration Sandile. So they're both really clean. This one is a little better centered. This one is really, really close to being centered perfectly. So we'll see how they do. Here are a couple. I got 2 of the Stan the Man holograms out of my Spider-Man Anniversary box from 1992. They're both really, really clean, super clean. I'm not sure what how they'll rate like refractor lines on these, because you can see it on some of them. These I'm actually looking through here, and they don't seem terribly bad. But we'll see what happens there. Here's one of the cards from that set that actually did not have any of the flaws or anything, and looks centered pretty well. And this one is part of the Spider-Man set registry, so I'm gonna send that one in for sure. Here are the two of the prisms I got from the McFarlane era box, and I was happy that 2 of these ended up looking really, really good. They're really, really sharp, and they're centered relatively well. This one's a little bit off, but the edges are good compared to some of the cards. Like some of the cards from those boxes you could tell that the technology they were using to cut the cards was not what we have today. So again, refractor lines in these are, there's going to be a concern. There might be, there could be surface issues that I can't see or whatever. But anyhow, I'm excited to see what these come in. I think this one's probably the best of the 2, and that one is the cooler card. Although this one is selling for a little bit more money when I looked at the comps. So interesting there. And now we get to the big boys. 1992 Marvel Universe. I've been on the show before talking about this and about how I'm trying to get out from under buying 3 boxes at the absolute height of the prices, and I'm getting there. I sold 1 box. I had graded a bunch of cards from the set, and including 2 that were very, very low pop. And I have 1 in here that's I'm really excited about to see what kind of grade I get. So anyhow, see what happens. There are a handful of cards in there in the set with only 1 PSA 10 in the PSA registry, and there are a bunch of them in there with 2 or 3. And I made a full list of them. I should have brought out the list just to go over them when I'm talking about them here. If I remember them for sure, I'll say something. But anyhow, I think I graded 2 Moon Knights and 2 or 3 Moon Knights in the previous order, and both came back 10s. And this one is just as clean as those. And I got my centering tool out, and it just seems like, I don't know, maybe somewhere, maybe with where this was on the sheet when it was cut, it just might have been like the perfect spot to really get a lot of high grades. It's Doctor Strange. I think I pulled this a couple times and put it back in a couple times, and it's a little bit off center, I think, and we'll see what that one gets. Little Victories. He recommends, he doesn't recommend, but he likes to stack his, I believe it's Little Victories. Me and Joe talked about him. He likes to stack his cards where he has like a card that's maybe a 9/5, and then another 9/5, and then a 10. And that way, when people, they're saying, oh, they're humming and hawing on these two, and they get to the third one that is a pristine card, they're like, oh, this is definitely a 10. Like it kind of, he said, he even admits, he's like, I have no idea if this actually works, but he has pretty good fortune with his orders as well. So here's an Iron Man origin story, and again, here's the one. According to the PSA registry, there are 0 PSA 10 Psylocks. I did see there's one that is sold on eBay, so there might be one out in the wild, but they're very, very rare. There are not many of these out there, and Psylocke is a very popular character. You can see, though, this edge right here is the only thing I'm worried about. I think that keeps it from getting a 10, but I feel like even in a 9, a popular character, I feel like the card probably will sell pretty well. Taking a shot with, that's one of the ones I'm taking a shot with. Quasar, this is one that had been in a card saver for a long time. This card is super clean. I don't think Quasar is a super popular character, but it is one of the ones I believe with a relatively low pop. Evolutionary War, this is another one that's been in my stack to grade for a while. One of the issues that I've noticed is a lot of the cards have that chipping, like that Psylocke. Let me pull that up back over here. You see that Psylocke has, I don't have a macro on my camera, so you're not gonna be able to see it, but there's like a really, really rough cutting on the edge. And that's one of my biggest concern. Otherwise, when I see a card that has super clean backs, I really look at it and try to see if I should get it graded, and look at the centering and that sort of stuff. And so the clean backs are one of the major things I go for. Here's Warlock, Wolverine, super popular character. I think this one has missed the cut a couple times. I think this one might also be one of the ones that I'm worried about something on it, but I'm taking a shot this time. Magneto and Doctor Doom. Obviously, with the Doctor Doom announcement, Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom announcement, this one might be cool. Two very, very fan favorite Marvel villains. Death of Gwen Stacy. This one's the big one of the order. This one's the one that I'm most excited about for the order. This is it actually has the word later at the bottom there, and the more common one ends with hours here on the side. It doesn't include that last word of the paragraph, the blurb on the back. And so this one is I don't know if it's a corrected error. I'm not sure how what the story is behind it. There's not a ton of information, but if you look online, like look at ComC, there is one of these and like 11 of the other ones. So I know I opened 2 boxes. I think I got 6 of these cards. One of them was this Death of Gwen Stacy. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting that graded, and I'm trying to see if we can get them to put the information, the complete sentence or ends with later on the actual label, just to kind of make it stand out. There is one graded. There are 2 graded ones of this. One's listed for 150, but there's nobody's saying anything about the later part of it. The other guy has it listed for $400 with the later, so I feel like it's probably somewhere in between there. But I mean, that'd be a huge card, to get graded a high grade, a 10. Weapon Omega. This one also has been in a card saver for a while. This is super clean. I actually had 2 Weapon Omegas that were in card savers, and I found one of them. I found a little something that I didn't feel right about. Didn't feel good about getting it graded, so put that one aside. And then Captain America. This is the origin story of Captain America. Again, got the clean back, which is a big deal, and the centering is looks like it's pretty good. Like I said before, the centering on the front of these is very deceiving. It looks like it's off center. Looks like it's really way thicker on this side. But if I put my centering tool on it, for some reason everything works out. The different the different lines all kind of match up with different stuff on there, so it's like perfect. Here's Bishop. This one also in a card saver. That one's been in one for a while. It's super clean. Wolverine. This is one that I added. You can see it's got the elite card saver instead of the card saver. And so this one I added a little bit late, and but it's, again, the super clean back is a big deal, and the centering will look good. And then I'm gonna try this hologram. This is a Wolverine hologram. You can see it there. One of the more popular ones. You can see, I don't know if it's going to show up, but this corner doesn't. You can see it's a little bit. when I put the light across it there, it seems like it's lifted up a little bit. There's something about that corner, and it's probably not going to 10 because of that corner. I would be surprised if it 10s, but even a 9 is pretty good, and it's worth a shot to see if it is a 9.5 instead of a 9, and see if maybe somebody says, okay, well, I mean, maybe it's the best version they've seen of it, or something like that. And that and a 10 is a pretty massive card. It's still worth sending it in at $14. It's probably worth sending it in even if it gets an 8. So I figure it's worth it, and I think it's more like a 9 to 10 card. So there you go. There you have it. That's my grading order that I'm sending in. Hopefully Mike has a couple cards he can add in there. It's always fun when we get an order back, and just the anticipation is a lot of fun. So have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.